The floor gets quite a thick insulation. It's 145 millimeters. Some people said after having fired this sauna, it will stay warm for 1 more week. Yeah, but that's okay. I think it's going to be a lovely area, and maybe it's also will be used as a extra bedroom. Of course, only when it has dried up, because the moisture is quite high after a sauna session. I can so not believe it. I was turning using one of these behind here, and it fell out of my hands, and it fell in this hole completely down. I don't even know what this hole is. Maybe it was one old post that we have used, but I think it's pretty deep. No. Here are we making some extra beams, because the side walls will be attached to this one, and this was too small to attach it, so that's why we doubled it.
In you that we talk about.
With Jorrit, I went to my lovely friends Ola and Heidi, and their place is really beautiful, a little paradise.
Called Home and Hobby.
Okay, yeah.
And
We have to take the regel off. That wasn't smart thinking of us, because now we can't screw the floor from underneath, so that's why we take it off. Oops. Packing the car, a really sad moment. I felt already the tears coming up the last evening. And look at the huge machine behind Jorrit's car. It's a very industrialized farmer, I guess. What a giant.
Goed, Kees-Jan. De laatste avond. Rond avond, ja.
There, our last evening. I'm cutting and folding some aluminum foil to put underneath to prevent insects and mice from coming in. I'm almost round here with doubling the side walls. A new tournament with my pedal friend and partner Peter in Mariestad. And yes, we won! And yeah, doing this alone is a bit harder. the OSB board is overhanging, so I need to cut off a piece, and that's why I'm using this cord to see where I can cut it off exactly. And I couldn't find the little set I have with what is it, some kind of colorful powder, and then you make it jump the cord and it leaves exactly a line, but I couldn't find it. And I constantly need to be careful because I don't want to slide off the hill with this circular saw. The first 120 millimeter screw to fix the floor frame. Again, my turning light is not functioning anymore, but I have more and more the impression that the electrical system is overcharging somehow. The previous owner of the house, Egil, used to be a mechanic, and he has the same car, and he said it's probably in the charging because this one apparently gets bad, and also the head bulbs. So there is something in the electrical system that is not functioning well. Yeah, it's just that sanding of the contacts. Amazing. I need to do this regularly, the sharpening of the teeth of the chainsaw. I got these two holders from Robert. They're practically the same. Of course, the color is different, but this beautiful device to make coffee. You have to hold it all the time, so that's quite annoying. So Robert has 3D printed these two. So let's see, I'm gonna use this one. You can really see the color. And now I hope it will fit with this cup. And then I will pour some water. Boiling water, then it goes faster. You see, I don't have to hold it, and I can pour some extra water now on top without holding it. And that was annoying because if you hold it with one hand and you pour the boiling water it can be a bit dangerous. You can pour over your fingers. I pour some extra for a good lungo. If you haven't done it and you like these videos and this adventure, please subscribe. You help me big time. Yeah. Jorrit and I had already put these ones underneath, but otherwise we couldn't fix the floor frame to the above regel. So yeah, reattaching them again. With just the clamp, it doesn't stay glued together enough, so that's why I'm using now a screw to really hold them tight. Jorrit and I had put these boards quite close together. We had forgotten that there need to be more space than this, because if it freezes and gets warmer again, then it needs to extend and shrink. So I need to make it a little bit larger. This one too, where is it? It's hard to see on the video, so it's probably too tight. Yeah, but this needs to be, what is it, 1 or 2 millimeters bigger. Quite important here that the height of the circular saw is not too deep, otherwise it will cut into the structure. But suddenly starts to rain a little bit, so I'm gonna cover it because this material is not so good with rain. Bra! I don't actually know what this is. It's a little bulb, and it's extremely dry first in Sweden, but here it's like there's mud coming up. And if you walk with me to another spot, there is also a similar spot. I don't know what it is. It's like some mud geyser, huh? Water that's coming up from the ground. I'm a little bit worried because in the back over there, I hear more and more machines. I think it's one big machine, a cutting machine. Yeah, of course, it's quite logical in Sweden that they cut a lot of trees, but I don't want them to be cut too close to my house. So I'm gonna check with the drone what's going on over there. I think the range is far enough for the drone, but yeah, I look forward, but I'm also a little bit worried. I hope they I think it's quite impressive, a flight with the drone. I wish I could fly myself. Sometimes I think I would be uh, I would like to be a condor that you can see from a huge height and fly and don't have enemies, and not the killing, but just the power of overviewing everything. But here you see the electrical lines. They have cut everything there, but that's already for decades, I think. You see very old trees there. Here at the left, you can see that they have been cutting a lot. I think from everywhere around, but that's okay. But I can't really see right now where the noise is coming from. I don't see any big machines. Normally you see them, but maybe you see them. The next footage is made a little bit quicker, so you don't have to wait too long. But it's kind of nice, I think, to see my area, and everything is becoming greener. It looks a bit grayish, but that's just, yeah, because it has been still very cold a couple of weeks ago. But nature is changing rapidly right now. I hope this footage is not dizzy making, because it can go a little bit quick and shaky. But from a big distance, I am making the drone go in this area. So maybe it's not as smooth as I wanted it to be. Here you see an old area where they have been cut. Here there have been the two mooses that I filmed lately. So now you can see how close it was to my house, because that's here below. The green thing is the coverage of the sauna, because it started to rain a little bit. Right now I'm gonna make the first wall. I'm a little bit insecure. I see so many videos and things are done differently, and I have to make the choice right now myself. But yeah, I think I will make it. I'm gonna make the height 2.1. I hope that's sufficient. I don't know the planks for the floor yet, and they will affect the inside height. So they will affect the inside height, but I think it's okay for the height. The other side of the wall, but first I'll make the initial walls all at the same height, but the roof will be at the other side 2.4 in case there will be snow. It's not a really snowy region, but you need a little bit of slope, because otherwise the heaviness of the snow will stay on the roof. Let's start! Look what I got from Jolanda and Jorrit, but she gave it to Jorrit. He was here last week, so I think I need to plant this. Always exciting, the diagonal match. I'm fixing this so I can hold the panel so it won't fall off and stay level. This impact driver is making quite a lot of noise in this silent valley with only bird noises.
Phew! The moment of truth.
Too bad the battery was empty, so I couldn't have this whole footage of this panel. Experienced people will already notice that there are no openings yet for a window in the front and a door either in the side or in the back. I haven't decided that yet, but I will make them later. It makes it maybe a bit more complex, but also the decision making of these window and door, the sizes. I twisted my ankle, and Peter had this brace, which is awesome. I have one myself, but I couldn't find it yet in all the boxes that I still have. But it's really supporting. The 3 chestnut trees that I got from Caroline and Martin from the Netherlands, I brought them with me in the camper van last December, January, and they have been underneath my balcony, protected against the frost. And now I'm carrying it to the first spot to dig it into the ground, and it's already blossoming a little bit, so it has definitely survived winter and the traveling. I'm getting myself some water from the river, which is way lower than normal because it hasn't rained for about 6, 7 weeks. I threw 2 buckets of water on the little tree, so I hope it will find its way. And yeah, I think it looks beautiful, but I need to protect it against the deers. They love it too. That's it for this week's video. A week full of building. This time without Jorrit, I had to do everything by myself. One funny thing was that I posted, I think on Facebook, that I was gonna lift the walls. And 5 minutes later, Heidi said, yeah, Ola, which are neighbors living 3 kilometers away from me, Swedish, lovely people. She said Ola could help you with the walls, but the walls weren't that heavy, so I managed all by myself. Yeah, I have to continue the building. I love to do that, but it's among a lot of other stuff because I'm also doing the vlogging that takes a lot of time, and I'm playing quite a lot of paddle, giving lessons, so I have to mix up everything. But I love to do that, but it takes a lot of time, so it doesn't go as fast as I want. Tack så mycket, and hope to see you next time.